Taco everybody, and welcome to my very first story time.
Yay!
Yes, you've heard it. I am going to do story times. This story time was when I worked at a recreational facility that had a mini golf aspect to it. Now this recreational facility is no longer well, it's kind of in business, but it's not in business as the way it was when I worked there. So this recreational facility had a main building which had indoor games, like there's ping pong, there's foosball, there was a couple of pool tables, there was a table set up for video games, and then there was like a little room off to the side that had board games and books and things. This place was mainly geared towards kids, but adults could come and play with the stuff as well. But it's generally like a family type of situation. Just like the stories of entitled parents, the stories of just entitled people. Not everybody that went to this facility was entitled. No. But there was just enough of them to where it was just, I kind of wish I knew. Well, I don't even know if Reddit was a thing back then. This happened, let's see, about late 2000s, early 2010s, like around in there. Because I think I quit working there in like 2010, 2011, something like that. I have to look. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute since I've worked at this place. So anyway, that's the main building. And then outside, like immediately outside, there was like a basketball court. And then there was tennis courts. And then there was a court that I think there was a couple courts actually that were used for pickleball. If you don't know what that is, look it up. I'm not going to explain it here. I'm not trying to be mean, but look it up. It sounds like a fun game, but it's like I will tell you this, it is like a cross between tennis and ping pong. So, and there's like a wiffle ball, like ball involved in wooden paddles, and anyway, that's, and then there was a couple of playgrounds, and then further on down this kind of like service road thing. I'm not for sure. It was barely wide enough to get a car through. And I think it was mainly just a service road type of thing. But sometimes some people would like drive up that when they weren't supposed to. But anyways, we would have a sign there that says don't drive up here. But there was people that drove up there anyways. Another story, I guess. But further on down, there was was it one or two? No, I think there was a porta potty, and then just past porta potty there was the mini golf, and it had its own parking lot and things, and it was alright mini golf. Like, I mean, it wasn't the fanciest mini golf, but if you didn't want to go all the way into Hot Springs or all the way to Benton just to play mini golf, it worked. They had crazy prices at this mini golf. Like, since this whole recreational facility was inside Hot Springs Village, there was all these different prices. There was like property owner prices, there was guest prices, there was I think super senior prices, and then super seniors got in for free. Super seniors are like 80 and above, or not, yeah, I think it was 80 and above. And then super seniors were like 90 and above, and they got to play for free. And let's see. Oh, and then there was, oh gosh, like when I first started working at this mini golf, like they had special prices for Los Lagos, which was the area of the village that had timeshares, and certain timeshare owners got certain rates. Like they had like blue cards and green cards, and I think the blue cards got property owner rates and the green cards got the guest rates. And then later on they changed it to where they all got property owner rates. And then, let's see, oh, if a child was with a property owner, they could have the property owner rates. But they had to be under the age of 16, I think. They're under the age of 16 or under the age of 18. It's either 16 or 18, something like that. And then, but if a parent came who was not a property owner that had a kid with them, well, they didn't get the property owner or something like that. I don't know. There is so many prices. Like, gosh dang. Was it complicated? That's just a little bit about the mini golf place. And I enjoyed working. Mini golf was actually my favorite place to work out of the whole entire facility. It was just great. At least when we had good customers, it was great. Or no customers. That was great too, because I like read so many books because there wasn't a lot of customers that come up. Some days there wouldn't be a lot of customers come up. Mainly because the times I work, it was during the summer, and so it would get really hot, really muggy, and so they usually either come in the morning or the evening, maybe kind of sort of during lunch, if they wanted to just tough it out through the heat. But yeah, like I had read books like, this is a makeup palette, but like about this thick, if not thicker. I've read at least 2 of those, and then several of the regular size paperbacks that are about like this tall and like this thick. So lots of books were read then. And then also lots of games of solitaire. Also went out looking for golf balls that may have been lost, or golf balls that the golfers lost, so I could take home and dive. That's kind of like an overview of the mini golf course. At least a brief summary of the mini golf course and the rec center and all that. And there were some fun times there for the most part, but there were some times that were a bit unnecessarily dramatic. Like, I'm just sitting here thinking of some of the things going, why Lord, why? So, yeah, that's just a brief summary of mini golf. There's going to be a series of stories around that. There's going to be your basic story times, and then there's going to be your series of mini golf, because I have so many stories from mini golf. It's going to be its own series. I guess I should end this off with the very first mini golf story time.
Yay!
Yes. So, I don't remember what day this happened on, but it's one of the stories, one of the worst memories I've had there, and it's probably still going to be engraved into my brain because it was just unnecessary, uncalled for. It was just terrible. It was one of the worst experiences I had working there. Which, again, for the most part, I loved working there, but every once in a while somebody, like this individual I'm about to speak on, comes along and just kind of just ruins it for no reason. Just... So, anyway, so it was like this mother and son come up. Now, before I continue, this particular summer, they decided that instead of just people paying to play, they require that anybody that's going to be on the mini golf course to pay. In other words, if, like, for example, this mom and son came and she just wanted the child to play, that would be the only person that she would have to pay for. And then they would go out and she would let the kid play or whatever. And which I never really understood why parents would take their kids to mini golf and not play with them. What is wrong with you? You are there with your kid. You might as well pay to play and actually play with your kid. I mean, already, this lady was kind of rubbing me the wrong way a little bit. Because, like, again, like, if you're a parent, especially if that child has no one else to play with, that's part of mini golf, is the competition. And so, like, being the only person to play mini golf, that sucks. Like, I mean, it's fine and dandy if you're going through it to practice, or, I don't know, but just, I don't know, I just feel like if you're gonna bring your kid, why not play with your kid? It just seems sad to me to bring your kid and not play with them. I don't know. Like, it doesn't have to be like some hardcore competition, but just like, you know, just friendly fun. I don't know. Anyways, so this mom and son come up, and this is after the rule change where anyone that goes onto the course, whether they're playing or not, has to pay. And so she tells me that her son's gonna be the only one paying, or the only one playing, excuse me. And I'm just cringing on the inside. Oh no. Like, oh no, I'm gonna have to tell this lady. I already got like some grumbles from adults and things. And again, similar situations where it's like, play with your darn kids, for crying out loud, play with your kids. Anyways, so this lady comes up with her son, and she's like, okay, one to play. I'm like, okay, are you going to be on the course with the kids? She's like, yeah, well, you're going to have to pay too. She's like, why? Well, they changed the rule to where anybody that's going to be on the course, whether playing or not, has to pay. She's like, oh, so how much is it going to be? How much is it going to be? And already I'm just like, look, I don't control the rules, but here, let me figure up the price for you. And then I told her the price. And she's like, I might as well get a golf club and ball then. And so I get them their clubs and the balls. She pays and she slams the money down. She's like, wham! Slams the money. She is just so pissed that she has to pay to play and to play with her kid, that just, I don't know. She's just so angry over it. And it's just like, and it bothered me so much that like, I already felt the tears coming. I felt the tears coming. And here I was like early 20-something-year-old, and this much older lady with her kid, she's just angry at me for something I can't control, and even does this unnecessary money slam. And so I was just like hurrying up just to get them out of my hair, just to get her out of my hair. Like, I felt sorry for this kid. I was like, again, the tears were on the edge of my eyeballs, like they were coming. And so she finally gets her things and gets her change and everything, and then she leaves in a huff to the golf course. And I just pull away from the window. Luckily, the window was small, so I could kind of sort of hide from people. And I just cried. I just cried. Like, I did not deserve that. I did not ask for this. I did not. And mind you, this is the annoying thing about this rule change. And it happened in the middle of summer. Like, the higher ups, like not my boss, but like my boss's boss, decided this would be a great idea to do it in the middle of summer. Not at the beginning of the summer, not at the beginning of the season. No. In the middle of the summer. And we, the lackeys, basically have to enforce it on people like this lady, who at first didn't want to play with their kid. They just took their kid there so they could play. Like, so yeah, I just basically hid away from the window and cried, and just, I don't remember if anybody checked on me or anything. Like, I don't really remember anybody else but this lady that day. And just how unnecessarily mean she was. And like after I kind of, I don't want to say got over it, but after I couldn't cry anymore, basically, I try to clean my face up as much as possible and try to look like somebody who wasn't fazed by it. But you can like, if anybody else came up that time, they could probably tell that, yeah, something happened. And so I just tried to do anything and everything I could do just to take my mind off of what had just happened. And then when they finally got done playing, she brought her clubs and balls up and kind of sort of redeemed herself because she apologized for her behavior, which it was good on her. However, I was still just so upset on the inside that I didn't even respond. I just took their balls, their clubs, like their equipment and all, and I was like, okay. Well, actually, I didn't say anything. I just took their clubs and balls, and I don't know, I might have said, oh, have a great day or something like that, but I was just dead inside. Like, I didn't want to talk to this lady. I was incredibly hurt. I was just, like, I don't know, when people get angry at me, it's hard for me to handle. It's really hard for me to handle, especially when it's not my fault. And I feel powerless to say anything or to defend myself, because had I, like, been able to snap back at her or something, like, I would have been fired. Not by my boss, but by the higher-ups, because that's how the higher-ups at that time were. They just didn't care. And, but yeah, she apologized, handed me her clubs. I didn't say anything because I didn't really want to acknowledge her, because I was afraid I would start crying again if I did. But I was like, nodded, okay, have a nice day, took their stuff. But I was just ready for her to get out of there. And that was, I don't even think that was halfway through my shift. And I already ended up with somebody like that. It's just, like, yeah, she did apologize, but I will be forever with that memory of the money slam. And it just, I don't know, treat people with respect, y'all. Treat people, because sometimes they gotta enforce stupid rules, and it's not their fault. Don't take it out on them. If you don't like it, then go for, to be honest, I don't even think the manager even has any control. Go for, like, the higher ups. Complain to, I don't know, upper management, CEO, I don't know, just complain higher up. Because more than likely, the managers are going to have much control, especially if it's like we're dealing with a big corporation, and the lackeys themselves especially don't have any control over this situation. They don't. Ugh. And some of these entitled people these days, they don't seem to get it. They just want to exert their anger onto the poor schmucks that are working, like, for $8 an hour or whatever. It's like they are not getting paid enough for this bull crap. And that's one of the things I took away from this job. Just treat people with respect. Just be nice to them. Because 99.9% of the time, they are not in control of the situation. They're just forced to have to enforce the rules, no matter how stupid the rules are. I feel like there should be a law where everyone, no matter what their social status growing up, or any time, they have to have a service job of some sort where they have to serve the general public in some capacity, whether it's fast food or working at a mini golf or working at Walmart or something where they have to deal with customers. And they have to work it for a year, maybe 2. So that way everybody will get the kind of experience from that that leads to them actually being more understanding, being more respectful to these folks. Because that's what I took, that's one of the things I took from this job, is like, being nice to people. Unless they do something to deserve your anger, like, I don't know, you're at a fast food restaurant and you catch one of the workers spitting on your burger or something, then yeah, I get pissed. But if they're just, you know, trying to be nice to you, and they're just working their job, they're just doing their job, and they're being forced to enforce stupid rules that corporate tells them to enforce or whatever, just be nice to them. It's not their fault. Just be nice to them. Like, I didn't want to enforce that stupid rule in the middle of the summer that they should have had going at the beginning of the summer. But I'm wondering if that would have even changed anything. I don't know. That was my first mini golf story time, my very first story time. Hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below if you want to rant about your horrible experiences while on the job. And I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!